Okay, let's get started. A very happy Wednesday to one and all, and thank you all for joining. We really appreciate your time. Okay, we have a lot of participants, and we are still having people joining in. But meanwhile, I'll just get started. I'll start with a brief introduction about OfferX. And in process, when we go to the important part where our team will join in and explain you more about OfferX, I hope all of us will be in by that time. A very good morning, a very happy Wednesday again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience for waiting and joining OfferX webinar. And obviously, when you join, it makes us believe that you trust our product. So it means a lot to us. So why we are here? We are here to create a candidate experience that can't be overlooked. It's very important. I'm sure the audience who's joined also looks for it. So OfferX is a really powerful platform for end-to-end solutions for mastering recruitment, which we already have on screen. We have written it in bold and it's right out there. We all look for quality candidates with a single click. But here in OfferX, we make it really, really possible. With the most important things being that you can share reviews instantly for all your job vacancies, for your candidates, and most important highlight being minimize backouts. Also, while ghosting might be a buzzword, losing candidates during the recruitment process has always been a pain point. I also agree to this. For all HRs and recruiters, it's a basic that when you lose a candidate, whatever term you give to it, we give it as ghosting, but it is still a pain point. So here we believe building relationships right from recruitment and making the right hire every time might look difficult to you, but it's not impossible. With OfferX, we keep track of where your candidates' feedbacks are at every hiring stage and optimize your recruitment process with advanced analytics. So go from interview to onboarding to offboarding in a snap with custom automation from OfferX, which we will learn in the process of the entire webinar. How can you do it? Look in the best hire for every position you have with OfferX, because at OfferX, we feel candidates aren't just walking CVs and or recruiters aren't just hiring tools. When we make an effort or connect from both sides on a human level, we establish trust. And so we built OfferX. Now, let's meet the person behind OfferX who has made it possible so far. And with that note, Santosh, I pass on the mic to you and floor to you. Okay, I'll before I go to Santosh, I'll also just quickly cover what you have for today's agenda. Uh, we have the entire journey of OfferX, which obviously Santosh will take care. Um, we have ghosting experiences, and during this experience sharing, I would love if the audience also share their own experience. It would be lovely if we connect with you and share your problems and can discuss the solutions in the later half. How can OfferX provide a solution to this? That's why we are here for. So that's the most important part of the webinar. We will be having a lot of demos. We will be having a lot of future parts and integrations that would make the process even easier. Towards the end, we will answer all your questions. And so we would want you guys to have your notes ready, have your questions ready wherever you feel that you want to note down something and ask us towards the end. Please feel free to ask. Next. Yeah. So Santosh, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alisha, for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining with us today. So this is our 8th webinar, and good to see an overwhelming response from the HR fraternity. So yeah, so can we go to the next slide? Okay. So we took OfferX to live in 2023 August, and we got overwhelming response from HR fraternity. All thanks to our development and marketing team they were diligently working towards promoting the idea of OfferX. So as of now, we have more than 1,400 companies enrolled with us, and 10,000 plus candidates got engaged. So if you're not yet registered in OfferX, I request you to register as early as possible and leverage all the features and the functionality of OfferX and become a part of this game-changing application. Next slide, please. Okay, so let me start with some of the challenges that we ran into. I think we ran into more than 100 ghosting stories in the past few years, but we have listed some of the ghosting stories we remember. So the first one was, this happened in 2023. The situation was we were working with one of the strategic partner. We promised to get a programming manager starting in 2 weeks a time frame. All the interviews were completed. They created the ID. They provided the laptop. Everything was like all set. The only thing which we found out just a few days before, the guy is not joining with us. So there is no choice for us. I mean, we can always take some time to buy some extra time from the client to recruit a new person. But the problem is that was not an option for us at that point of time because the project needs to be kickstarted as soon as possible. So literally a senior person at a leadership level from our company had to be deployed as a programming manager. So that's how we saved our vendorship at the last minute. And the second one is about the senior cloud manager. After multiple discussions with this candidate, he agreed to join with us, stating that Wednesday is an auspicious day to join. But unfortunately, he withdrew the offer letter at the last minute, saying that he got some opportunity in Singapore. And then we have to do some arrangements. It was not that easy things to find the replacement at the last point of time. So it literally broke our heart because we spent a lot of our time and efforts to get this candidate onboarded. As we have a good relationship with the client, they understood the situation and they kind of supported us, but it's a pretty bad situation. The third one was a data engineer. He was referred by one of our employee. He completed the interviews. The client liked his skills and agreed to wait for 3 months of time to join with them. We were connecting with this guy multiple times in these 3 months. All these days, he was all okay and responding whenever we're talking with him. So he was very positive. But he dropped an email just before the joining date stating that, he got another opportunity. The lead developer one, that's a big one, actually. He was a senior guy and has around maybe 15 years of experience, a pretty good guy technically. We really felt this person is a future leader within our company, and we will be like we are like very much happier when we recruited him. He's doing a good job. We liked his confidence. We committed a good project with a very large client. In spite he knowing all these things, he just misleaded us totally, and he just left the company at the last minute. And because of this, we took a major hit. Actually, when I say a major hit, it impacted more than 100 resources of our company. We lost probably 10 to 15 projects just because of this person. The client was looking for a close partnership, who can actually build a relationship from an offshore after they had to after this kind of an experience with us. Obviously they went and started working with a different supplier altogether. So that is something which damaged our reputation big time with the client. Yeah. So the rest of the ghosting stories are almost similar, but some of them were involved in moonlighting. Some of them joined with us for a few days and left out without any intimation. That's how it is. Yeah. So having said that, so if anyone wants to discuss about the ghosting stories you have to face all these days, please raise your hand and you can share your story. So if you could share your hand, then we can enable your mic. Raise your hand, please. Is anyone wanted to talk about ghosting
Yeah,
stories?
we have a lot of attendees, I'm sure, from the same background, and we would love to hear your stories. Just wanted to know if any one of you have faced the similar situations while hiring or during the process of recruitment. We already have hands up. Urvashi, yeah, you can share.
Yes, Thank you. So I think this is something now common for all HR fraternity and the recruiters specifically. I remember I have a similar story to share and one recent yesterday as well. So I'll first share one of my stories from COVID times when these IT industry was in boom and they were crazy given offers. Someone who is taking 4 lakhs was offered for 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs. Matlab, it was just more than 100% offer that they were taking. But this was a very common problem, mostly in south of India. I didn't face that much in north, but in south of India, it was crazy that people just take it. They say, okay, we will join in 1 week. Yeah. And later I realized that, who is able to skip his current employer in 1 week, then how loyal is he or she going to be working with us, right? And then we
Right.
stopped hiring such people who are immediately ready to leave. That helped us one, but this was very common. Now, not just the IT industry, but I will also say the other sales industry. Yesterday, I was expecting the person who is coming in 10 o'clock and 10 2 I called him and he said, sorry ma'am, what do I do? I got another offer as a lead manager role and what to do. I was like, are you crazy? I mean, like 15 days I've been daily talking to you. I don't talk much to my husband also.
Yeah.
And that was so. I think this has been crazy these days, and I'm not sure if this is just the IT industry or maybe other industries also, but this is now getting, I mean, like when we give the offer, we'll to feel that is he or she going to negotiate with this offer with the current employer or with any other employer, and is he going to turn back? So that 1 month joining period is always like this candidate can get, go out anytime. So I think that fear has come into most of the HRs, the recruiters right now.
Agreed, Urvashi. So we are with you. So I think we're all sailing on the same boat. You never
True.
know the candidate will going to join with us on the start date or not. So anything can happen. So the problem is we are just dealing with it, and we know the problem, but we are not aware of the solution, right? Uh, so that's the kind of a problem we are facing in the recruitment industry as of now. As you correctly said, it's a common problem, but I think we need to start looking at the solution, right? Because this is something which is happening from so many years, and I still
Yes.
remember in 2020 when we were in a COVID, right? Most of them had done a moonlighting, so that
Yes.
was really crazy actually because has a no one has any kind of an idea that that particular candidate is working with some other company, right? So that was the
Yeah.
situation. So never know, people jumping into multiple companies and doing multiple jobs at the same time. Basically, it's unethical to be honest, right? Yeah, that's how
True.
it is. Yeah.
And I think we as HRs only have to control this now. And what I did is that I never let anyone go before completing the notice period, and I don't take people who
Mhm.
join before completing their notice period in the current organization.
Okay. Okay. So you're looking more like a immediate joiners in that case, or was it?
No, no, not at all. I personally look for more planned joiners because immediate joiners, if we start this, then we are only impacting this and we are only creating this kind of mess. When HR start immediate hiring, then it's when we are exploiting the recruitment industry also.
Right,
That's
right.
what I
Understood.
feel. So we
Understood.
should be more,
Mm.
and we should give a pushback said, okay, we will get you 30 days is what the period is.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Urvashi. Your message was really heartfelt. We could all feel it when you said that I was, dealing with the recent issues and the past issues. Yeah, and the thing that you've been practicing for, like planned joiners is a very good idea because if they are planned and they are joining you on time, that shows some loyalty and discipline as well. Okay, and thanks for that. Moving on to, we also have Joshna, if I'm right. Yeah, Joshna,
Yeah,
who would want to share her experience.
Hi everyone. We have this. So I'm Jyotsna. I'm actually working at SciLife as an HR manager, and I have this whole recruitment experience from 7 years. And yes, it is common in both the industry. I've worked in IT, currently working in IT, but past worked with manufacturing company, and there also it has the same problem. We find out one solution to stop this, that I asked the candidate to give me security check for 1 month salary, just a try we were doing, so that because it was really an important position and hardware engineer I really wanted. And it's not about 1 month security, it was about that he really joins. He gave me the check and everything went well. Even at the last date of joining, he said, you take my money, but I'm backing out. So even if you try to stop them doing such things with such, I know it is not good to have checks and all, but anyway, we want this person, and 3 months notice period. We waited for him, and he was ready to pay with his check, but we again faced the same problem. He backed out even after having a security check. Also, I'm mentioning this because I'm not sure how to stop this, because we tried so many things, different things, which also impacted company brand as well, that this company is really strict. But what we can do, if you're not coming to that point where you understand that we are waiting for you from 2 months or 3 months. So
Right.
here my, I'm not sure how are we going to solve this as an HR, what we are going to think and process again against this. Yeah.
Agreed, Josna. Fully agreed, because I can understand the problem. So even I have seen a few cases like, some of the HRs won't even give any kind of CTC number when they are offering a job to a candidate. In the offer letter, there is no CTC. They won't display the CTC number. If you showcase the CTC number, then the candidate will just go or window shopping, right? And they'll just try to go bargain with some other company. Some of them will not do those kind of things as well. But still, there is a fair chance of ghosting us. So it will
Santosh,
not
but the,
stop. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. The problem is not only about, actually I'm working now in a European company,
Okay.
and they
Okay.
really feel that India is really about backouts. Because now I hire in Europe as well, I hire in
Mhm.
India, and in Europe it's really, we do not need to call. It's all over email. They are joining. If they do not want to join, they will intimate us. They are really professional. Coming to
Mm.
India, the team is really let down, and they felt India is really not authentic. It really feels bad because I'm an Indian. Then it was
Yeah.
really like India, Europe, and whole things were going on. And so really then they had this mindset now that no, Indian people will back out. What is the other backup you have? Don't take people with the, but my company is
Right.
really nice that we understand 2 months notice period is important, but
Mm.
candidates are really not understanding this problem, and even eventually letting the whole nation down with this whole
Right.
backing out scenario.
Right. Understood the problem. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Joshna. And uh, we did understand your problem, and I think all of us, even if everybody has not responded, like we do not have that kind of time where we actually have a lot of points here, but we do have couple of ghosting stories, but we do understand these all problems, and that's why I think Santosh has worked on the whole of OfferX, and he's going to actually tell you that how you can curb it. And Santosh, we have one more question for you.
Okay.
It's on the chat. I'll just read out so you can address the person. He's Anu. He's saying that I work in the chemical business and I have faced this couple of them joined, and later we got to know that they committed some fraud in their past company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We act. He has another point also, but if you want to address this first.
Right. See, the problem is the people will still do that when they're doing onboarding or an offboarding, right? So the problem is whatever they're doing in their previous companies, it's going untracked. So if the previous company would let us know about, so and so person has did so and so fraud in my company, or for example, he did not provide any kind of knowledge transfer sessions properly, or he just completely disturbed the floor whenever he's moving out. So this is something people will generally do that in these previous companies, or someone like someone just do a candidate backout while they're onboarding. So it happens multiple times with the same candidate, but the thing is, it's going untracked. That's the problem. We don't have a complete picture about the candidate whenever we are onboarding them. That's the problem. So we are here to resolve that issue. Okay, yeah, and I also see that it's not about IT or non-IT. It's about a people mindset. That's it.
Thanks, Santosh. So we would obviously have this Q&As and more discussions towards the end. Right now, we do not have anybody who has any more ghosting stories to share. We can move to the next session then, next part.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's move to the solutions. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So I understand. So these are some of our learnings in the past few years. See, oftentimes what we have seen is candidates don't even feel that whatever they're doing is wrong. So it's kind of bothering us big time. They always feel it is their right to accept multiple offers and then just join the other one they like. I mean, we have no problem in candidates receiving multiple offers. It's perfectly fine, right? So what is not fine is falsely committing and making the companies to wait and then finally don't show up. That's totally unethical. So that's not how a person lead their life. We were just thinking, why candidates actually operate this way? Why are they just ghosting on the companies at the last minute? Probably we think they have the feeling in their mind somebody else will join the company and there is no harm to the company. So it seems like there is some notion in the candidate's mind. So that's the kind of mindset the candidates have. But in reality, companies are people, right? People get stressed. People who, let's say, a HR manager or a delivery manager, when they're supposed to deliver a guy, if the guy is not there, I don't think it's going to be a pleasant experience for them. It takes lots of effort to get projects, build relationships. It's not easy. Suddenly, if you go and undo all the good work the company has done, it's not fair, right? It's not going to be easy. So that's one thing we have seen where candidates don't seem to think about the impacts they're causing. So in some cases, we have seen candidates, falsely pursuing the job opportunity. In fact, they have no interest in joining this company, but the reason they wanted to get engaged and go through this interview process is to get a higher pay. Even though you give a higher pay, there is no guarantee they will join. What they are doing is they are actually taking those offers and going after some other company and hunting for a better pay. So that's something we have seen. And one of the big problem is many times this has been happening. It's kind of problematic. So in some cases, we have seen candidates changing terms and conditions after the client interview is completed, and some of them write false reviews on the companies on some of the social platforms we have. And some of them feels like, they can abscond anytime after the employment if they get a better opportunity. Particularly when it comes to ghosting, we have seen a lot of small and mid-sized companies are getting impacted. I don't say that, but the bigger companies don't have this problem. They have it, but the problem is very less when we compare with small and mid-sized companies. We go to talk other companies, they will also say the same thing. As you mentioned, we release like 10 offers and hardly like 2 guys are joining the company. So it's a very common problem, as you people said. That's what is our understanding is also. Yeah, sometimes we also noticed employees being dishonest or misleading other employees, like spreading false news on the companies, and some of them don't cooperate during the transition period. This will kind of create a friction with the client relationships and eventually leads to unethical environment. Yeah. So can we go to the next slide? Okay. I think we have a small video about the solution. So can we just play the video?
Are you facing challenges with talent scarcity and unpredictable job offers? Have you experienced the frustration of spending time, money, and resources on hiring the perfect candidate, only to have them ghost you on the start date? Are you a candidate who spends hours searching for jobs and going through exhausting interview processes with no way to verify if the employer is legitimate or reliable? If so, you're not alone. A survey has found over 80% of employers have experienced ghosting after the offer was accepted by the candidate. Approximately 20% of job seekers reported having an employer withdraw an offer after the acceptance by the candidate. This has become a growing problem. This is why we have created OfferX to say goodbye to recruitment ghosting. OfferX is an online platform where employers can release offers through a secure digital portal where candidates can sign in and accept the offer. If there is a violation of the contract or ghosting behavior by either of the parties, it will be flagged and become part of their review history. Thereby, both parties will take the offer agreement very seriously. OfferX brings balance to the system and improves commitment on both sides to add stability and predictability to the job offers. Say goodbye to recruitment ghosting with OfferX. Join now at OfferX and take the first step towards a more stable and predictable job offer process.
Yeah. Can we go to the next slide? Right. So I hope you understand the solution by now. So we thought enough is enough. We were brainstorming on how to solve this problem. We thought whatever the candidate is doing is getting untracked. They can ghost again and again, but the thing is, it's going untracked. So what really the candidate has done in their previous employment, we are nowhere aware. So we wanted to understand the credibility of the candidate before releasing an offer letter. That's what we thought. And we have a portal, OfferX system, where you'll get to see the candidate's previous history, the previous employer's feedback, whether it might be onboarding or offboarding. So that's exactly, we wanted to solve this problem because right now we don't have any kind of a review system in the market about the candidate. So that's exactly why a lot of these individuals are taking advantage, or I would say exploiting the complete system itself. Yeah. Because if they are ghosting a company, that history is not tracked anywhere, right? So, and they can go shoot again, they can continue this for their life because they're not being caught. That's the main problem. So that's when we started thinking, there has to be some sort of a tracking system to track unethical behavior of the candidate. So that's how OfferX came into existence. The solution was to release the offer online so that the candidates go e-sign the document at the same time as an acceptance of the offer letter. They will also consent if their experience goes bad or good, whatever the experience is going to be like, the company is eligible to write a review on them. And likewise, even a candidate can also write the review on the company on their onboarding experience. So that way, the levels are set on both the sides. And most often, what I have seen is with our own experience, when we release an offer online and we ask the candidates to e-sign and making them aware if they back out, there will be a review on them. In a lot of cases, people are not willing to sign. And we feel thankful for that because the reason is because we don't want to mislead at later point of time. It's working very well for us when we release it online. When people are committed, oftentimes 90% of the cases, people are joining with us. We don't have to waste any more time. We don't have to touch base with the candidates multiple times. There is no such things are happening as of now. So let's say if a lot of these companies are releasing the offers using this platform, so what really happens is, the candidates will have a little bit of a difficult time to ghost the employers because now they know they are being tracked and they cannot find a next job until unless, they're joining with us. It will actually bring some discipline in the system. So that's the simple solution, and it's been really working for us. Okay. So can we go to the next slide? Okay, so let's have a quick demo on OfferX on the features and the functionalities we have in OfferX. So I'll hand over the things to Sai from here.
Sure, Santosh, thank you so much, and very good morning to everyone. Let me quickly present my screen and show how OfferX in real time can actually help you avoid candidates back out. Can anybody confirm, is my screen visible?
Yeah, Sai, it's visible, Sai.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. So once you click on offerx.in, you can see the clear website which is displayed on the screen. So for the first time user, usually you have to click on register button, and that will route to let's get started. So there are two sides of our platform. Like one you can see in the company side, second as a candidate interface or the candidate side. That's a candidate login. So as a corporate, if you just click on the company and click on next, then you get three options like create an account, then sign up with Microsoft and sign up with Google. You can use either of the options to register with OfferX and complete the formality and register yourself and log into the platform. I'm using a demonstration account, so I'll directly log into OfferX. Yeah. So I'm just using a demonstration account. So I'm directly logging in to the OfferX interface or the dashboard. Yeah. So once you log in and click OK, then you will land here where you can see four options. One is the job offers, second, the dashboard, third is the candidate invitations, fourth is the manage employees. So I will discuss about how you can search for a candidate even before you release an offer letter. And the candidates will also have reviews. And how do you see the reviews given by different companies? And how can you see the offer history? And actually how you can release a offer letter to a candidate, which goes with a digital signature facility to a candidate. So once we see a field here, search a candidate name by a job title. So just for an example, I'll do a quick search with the name of Usman Patil, Mr. Usman Patil. So I'm just doing a quick search with Mr. Usman Patil. Then we can see the complete profile of Mr. Usman Patil, along with his, the designation. Then we can also see the education details and also the contact details, etc. So the person you're searching for, if you want to double confirm, then you can see this additional details like education, highest education qualification, contact details, and email ID, etc. So that you'll confirm that the person you're searching for is the exact person which is reflecting here. While I'll just scroll down, we can see the reviews. So these are the reviews given by various corporates. Again, Mr. Usman Patil. So these are the various onboarding reviews to be precise. So, for example, Next Generation India Private Limited rated him 3.7 as a rating, and that was by 15th July, and this onboarding review. For the details of the review, we just have to click on the review details. Then we can see like the reviews given by the corporate like Next Gen India towards the Usman Patil. So it's like a demonstration account. The sample reviews are present. In the real time, the actual reviews would be present. So for this reviews, you can see here. And similarly, like Just Technologies, Apex India, Sortify, etc. And also like the offboarding reviews can also be seen here, where different companies after the employee is there, joined with the organization. You want to see the reviews that can also be viewed from here. But the most there's another important feature is the offer history. Like Mr. Usman, how many offers he has accepted in the past, and what is the acceptance of the job offer, and what is the position and when he has accepted. The company names wouldn't be disclosed, but you can know the offer history. Simple. If a candidate is taking multiple offers in the market, if he's accepting the offer and companies are using OfferX, so you get to know that the person has accepted the offer on so and so date and so and so position. So you can check with the candidate whether he would be joining with you, or you can work on an alternative or a plan B from your side. Let me quickly release an offer to Mr. Usman Patil. So once I just click on a release an offer button, we can see either release an offer. That is, we can see two options. One is consent on employment and release an offer. I'll use release an offer button. I'll give the field as business. So the expiry date, like I'll give as 30th August. The job start date is say September 5th. Then I'll just browse a sample. Yeah. So this is just a sample offer letter that I am rolling out to Mr. Usman Patil. I'll just click on next. So this you can see like how I'm just rolling an offer letter. You can choose never as an alternative automatic reminder, or you can choose every 1 day. That is an automatic reminder which goes to the candidate. Just click on vote and release the offer. Yep. So it says offer letter has been released to Mr. Usman Patil for the position of business analyst starting from 5th September. So this is the offer letter releasing activity from your account to the candidate. Let me quickly log into the candidate interface and show you how we can accept the offer letter and how does that reflect at the dashboard. Yep. So again, there is a quick procedure for a registration for a candidate as well. I'm just using a demonstration account, so I'll just directly log in to the candidate's interface. Yeah, I given that, yes. So I have released an offer to Mr. Usman Patel. Usman Patel's profile is here. Then the company NextGen India Private Limited has released an offer as a business analyst position on 7th of August. And the expiry of the offer letter is 30th August and September is the job joining date. Yeah. So the candidate has a view or interface. He can view the complete offer letter, but he can't download until unless he accepts the offer letter. This is where he can accept till unless he accept the offer letter. Okay, I'm okay with all this offer letter. Now I'm accepting as a candidate. I'm accepting the offer letter. So I have to put on a signature, a digital signature, proceed to sign. I use text, then submit. Yeah. So I have accepted the offer letter from the candidate's interface. Yep. So you have signed the document and sent to the employer the copy of document from the platform. Yeah, written to whom. So I've accepted the offer. Now, under me, under the candidates, I can see the offer which I've accepted, and yeah. So once again, I'll just go back to the employer side, the company NextGen India Private Limited. So here under the dashboard, under the job offer section, you can see under the accepted, Usman Patel has accepted the offer. So business analyst position, 7th of August is the offer date. Accepted date is also same date. Then job joining date is also same 5th September. So if I, as a company, if I want to leave a review against the candidate basis on my experience of the onboarding, then I'll just go here. I'll see here business analyst position and onboarding review. I'll just click on onboarding review and click on next. I'll say successfully onboarded. I'll give a 4 and 4 rating. This is onboarded. Confirm this. I'll submit this. So successfully, we have given a review as well against the candidate. I'll again go to the search criteria and see whether the review is live or not. So for the Usman Patel, I went back again, search. Yeah. Yeah. So just now I've done it. Onboarded as a review by the company NextGen India Private Limited. That is on 7th of August 2024. So this is how the offer letter can be released to a candidate, and also how the acceptance can happen, and how you can leave a review as well. And the second tab that shows you for the dashboard, which gives you the complete picture of total releases that you have done for the entire year, and what is the accepted, what is the declined, what is the total expired as well. Then comes to the third tab, which is candidates invitation. So under the candidate invitation, you can invite the candidates from your end. Just you have to click on invite a new candidate. Once you click here, it will show you first name, middle name, last name, and email ID. Automatic email gets triggered to the candidate, and they can quickly do a registration process and come to our platform. Yeah, you can invite in bulk as well, invite new candidates in bulk, and invite existing employees in bulk as well. So like if you want to offboard your employees, then you can use invite existing employees in bulk. That's the option. Yeah. And fourth is like manage employees. If you want to give and share the platform, share OfferX platform with your colleagues or peers, then you can invite a employee within your organization. Like invite an employee will give you first name, again last name, email ID. You can assign him or her a role like admin or an offer manager, where if offer manager can only release an offer letter, but administrative rights can give them to edit or do any changes at the account level. So yeah, these are the few features. I think completely few features about the OfferX, and definitely we would connect with one-on-one with each and every individual and the corporate to explain more about it. And definitely we would wish everybody uses the platform and reduce their backouts. As on date, like we say, like 30% or 40% is a reduction rate by using a platform. So definitely take most leverage of the platform by using it. Thank you so much. Over to you, Alicia.
Thank you, Sai. Okay, so quickly right now I think we have gone enough through Santosh's back-end explanation about how the tool works, and Sai has given a good review. Also, he's explained everything. I'll just ask Santosh to quickly tell us all about the offerings from OfferX. So he'll explain you, and then we'll go to the next section.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, thank you, Sai and Alicia, for that. Yeah, so as you're now aware of what is onboarding and offboarding reviews, how important is that for you guys to understand the credibility of the candidate before releasing an offer letter? I would like to give any very quick benefits if you start using them. So through onboarding review, you can understand candidate's credibility. You will get to know whether the candidate stayed committed to his offer letter or not. In the same way, offboarding review will help you to understand if the candidate has departed his ways ethically with their previous employers. So this way, you will have a very clear picture on the candidates, and based upon these reviews, you can take informed decision to release an offer letter or not. So that's a kind of a solution we wanted to bring into the platform, right? Yeah. So the other one is about the candidate search. The candidate search is anyways there in the system. So you can search with the candidate email ID, phone number, or the first name, last name, date of birth, or you can also search with the candidate's Aadhaar number as well, so that you will land up on the correct profile. That's how it is. And the other interesting product we have is ScreenX. So we are yet to launch into this market. So we are yet very excited to share that the next big thing is ScreenX for us. ScreenX is a web-based platform designed to significantly reduce your interview screening time by up to 90%, all the while streamlining the entire process from start to finish. So ScreenX is incredibly user-friendly. You can easily configure the questions you wanted to ask to the candidates from an extensive free question bank, which is already there in the system. So all that you will do is, you will just configure the question which is already there in the system, and then you prepare a questionnaire for a candidate, and then the system sends a video interview to the candidate. And the candidates can respond at their own pace. Once the candidate completes their interview, the platform automatically saves the video and notifies the hiring team that it's ready for viewing. So interviews can review 30 minutes of pre-screening in as little as 3 to 5 minutes of time. So this means you can assess more candidates without consuming as much of your valuable time, right? Yeah. So I think we have a ScreenX video in the next slide. Probably if you get to see that, then you'll be having some more idea about the ScreenX. So can we go to the next slide? Yeah.
ScreenX, a product created to find the right candidates for technical vacancies. ScreenX is a free web-based platform that can cut your interview screening time by up to 90% while streamlining the process from start to finish. You can easily customize your interview questions from a wide selection of free options. The system then sends the video interview to the candidate, providing you with a recorded demonstration of their capabilities, giving you a better understanding of their qualifications. Experience hassle-free hiring with ScreenX.
Yeah, so that's the short video we have on the ScreenX. So moving on to the next slide. So right now we have both ScreenX and OfferX platforms in place. And right, we're also looking for a kind of an integration where HRs will start recruiting or screening from the ScreenX, and the OfferX is going to help you on the onboarding process for the candidates. So we wanted to integrate ScreenX with OfferX for your seamless flow of hiring process. After selecting the right candidate for a job through ScreenX, you can seamlessly connect with OfferX to release offer letters to the same candidate. So very soon we are going to release ScreenX into the market. Stay tuned for the official release, and we look forward to bringing you more solutions to elevate your recruitment experience. Okay, so can we go to the next slide? Okay, so Alicia, you wanted to talk about the HRMS integration, so feel free to do that. Yeah.
Thanks, Santosh. So we have almost reached to the end of the session, and there was so many exciting updates and demos that has been shared. So I would just want to say one last thing, that it all looks very overwhelming right now, that where do you go, what to choose, and how to do. And we also know that all of you being HRs and recruiters, you would be having your own HRMS at place in your own offices and the setups that you already have. So we are not asking you to jump from one HRMS to OfferX to this and that. We are actually here to save your time in with our product as well. Also to save 20 hours a week on HR recruitment task, and how we do it by seamless integration. Whatever HRMS you're using right now, OfferX can gel well with anything that you have. So we are here to level up your HR game, not reduce your work hours or anything, or we are not putting any stress on you. Definitely, we want a one-stop solution. So integration is the best way possible out there. And why integration is important is because HRMS mostly simplifies all the post onboarding work that you have for all the HRs that we have here. But OfferX is mostly for your pre, your post, your before, and your after. Also, it's not just HR tools that we have, it's also for the recruiters, the feedbacks, everything that we have heard in the entire webinar. So your HRMS system, we are the before, the after, and everything in between. So that is how we are, mostly operating with the HRMS integration. And we want to provide your employees a experience that they will also remember. It would be safe to say that we can integrate with your current HRMS so that you don't have to have the trouble of switching platforms from your current HRMS to OfferX and back and forth. I know, so webinars are just a start, and we have learned a lot. We have gained a lot of information, starting from ScreenX to OfferX to the demo, and more about integration. But I know all of you all would have individual questions as well, like how it will happen, how the process will happen, and everything. As of now, we'll move to the next slide, and we will address your questions regarding anything that you have about OfferX. We would love to know about you, and also you would love to know more about OfferX. But this is not the end of the session. We will have we will share all your contacts with you. So for all the one-on-one demos, that how you can integrate, how you can use ScreenX, how you can use OfferX efficiently, and all of them together, we would love all the requests for your one-on-one demo setup. Sai and Santosh are always there to help you. But right now, just Q&As that I can offer you. So please start raising your hands. We will address all your questions, all your concerns, even if you had more hosting stories. Yes, Sayed, please start. Can we unmute Sayed?
Hi Alicia, hi Sai, hi Santosh. Yeah,
Hey,
I've just
hello, Sai. Yeah.
fixed that, Santosh. So I believe, like, you remember the last time when we had the in-house meet, I raised that question.
Wow.
You guys told like you would be working on that and let us know.
Okay, so can you just reiterate the question, Sayed? It's good to see that you have joined a webinar as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something like which I was talking about, the validating and authenticating of an comment or the feedback which an employer who is not happy with an
Yeah.
employee who is a good resource of their organization, they do not want him to leave.
Correct.
And if
Correct.
if he's leaving, they do not want him to like get a good offer outside. So how we are going to validate that?
See, I
There should
understand
be a
the
system,
concern.
right? Yeah.
Correct. I understand the concern, Sayed. There might be false reviews as well. I can understand that,
Yeah.
right? So we are here to help you because we have arbitration support in place. If the candidate or a company is approaching us stating that, whatever the comments we have in the OfferX system is absolutely false, then you can provide us the proofs. We will be there to assist you. If we feel like, whatever the reviews we have in the system is false statement, then obviously we are going to review and if we feel like, it is wrong, then obviously we are going to delete that with the consent of both the company and candidate. That's how it is going to be. So just to answer to your question, yeah, we have an arbitration support to help you guys.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think that answers my question. Thank you.
Perfect, Sai.
Thanks, Cyril. Thanks, Santosh. Santosh, Sai, both. We have another question from Preeti, and she wants to know how it will be visible to see if candidate has multiple offers. And with that note, I would also want to say, yeah, I know we have working hours and it's a working day. So anybody who cannot unmute their mic and, like interact with us can please drop their questions in the chat box. We would be happy to answer. Santosh, Sai, would anybody answer to Preeti?
Right. So yeah, you can able to visit. You are able to see if the candidate is holding multiple offers in the system. I hope when you look at the demo from Sai, so we were talking about the offer history feature, right? So for example, say if you're releasing an offer letter to Santosh, and Santosh accepted an offer letter on August 7th, for example. And if he's trying to accept another offer, probably on August 20th or August 25th, for example, then we are going to notify you stating that, this candidate, Santosh, is accepting an offer letter from other company as well. We are not going to disclose the company name. All that you will get to know is the date and whether he has accepted or not, provided both the companies should be in the OfferX system.
Did we answer your question, Preeti?
Yeah, I think we can enable Preeti's mic so that.
I think maybe work hours and people are already in their offices. So we'll move to the next question. Yeah, she said that you did answer. Thank you so much, Santosh. So hi, Keshika. The question from Keshika is, both candidates and recruiters need to be onboarded on to OfferX for this work. How many candidates we have on OfferX as of today? Will it be a problem at all to get enough best suited candidates via OfferX? So there are three questions from her.
Right. So
sorry.
Yeah. So Kishika, so as you mentioned, both the candidates and recruiters, meaning HRs, needs to be onboarded into OfferX to write review or to release offer letter. That's how it works, because we would require a consent from both the candidate and moreover the employer as well before giving a review, because these reviews are public. Right. So we need to have a consent from both the parties in order to write a review. Yeah. So both the parties has to be registered with us in order to do that. As of now, we have thousands of data in the system. You can just see, we have more than 1,400 plays as of today, and the employees are enrolling. On higher number each and every month, we get to see at least 150 or 200 employees, employers joining with us, because they are getting benefited out of it. And we also introduced something like offboarding feature, where they can also invite their existing employees as well in order to write an offboarding review. So that's how we have ended up in having a more number of candidates in the system. Right now, it's building up very fast. That's what I can say. Yeah.
Thanks, Santosh. We have another question from Urvashi. Why will you do all of this for free? No, it's not that it's nothing that free. That as of now, it's definitely a free subscription, Urvashi. But as a company, like Santosh started, we really value ethics a lot. And we are working towards the best possible integration, the best possible features, and we want to connect with HR's employees, create a very healthy bond right now, create a good database for all of you all. So right now we are more concerned about the product than the subscription model. So when we get to it, we get to it. But as of now, it's nothing about being paid. So obviously feel free to use it as long as it's free. The next question is from Hitler. Are we saying that if the candidate has multiple offers, if yes, why don't you think recruiter use this as quick joiner and offer him or her?
No, the thing is,
Santosh?
yeah. So the thing is, you will not get notified about his designation or the company details. And then how come you get to know that you can offer a job to him? So all that it works is, for example, if you are releasing an offer to Alisha, then you can get to see only Alisha details if Alisha is trying to join with other company tomorrow. Otherwise, you're not getting to get any kind of notifications. Yeah.
I hope it answered your question. And yeah, now moving again, there are some more questions. Are you saying if I have access to your platform, I can see all the candidates in the platform? It's the same question from Hitler.
Correct. Correct. That's how it is. Yes, you can able to see all the candidates, whomever are there in the platform. Yes, that's how it is. Correct.
Okay, there's another question from Syed. How are you managing the onboarding processes for organizations and candidates on OfferX who are not a part of the platform?
The thing is, you have to set the process in your companies whenever you're releasing an offer letter or if you wanted to write a review, you need to be in the platform for sure. Right. So if you're hiring the candidate from some other platform, for example, say if you are using HRMS system, then we are here to help you out for the integration as well. Right. So I think Alisha has very clearly mentioned about how are we going to integrate HRMS with your systems as of now. So if you're releasing an offer letter from some other HRMS system, it's all good. We don't see any problem. We don't have to disrupt your flow. We can enable the review system within your HRMS system itself so that it will be unified platform. That is one thing. And to answer to your question, it has to be in the platform for sure. If the candidates are not available in the platform, obviously you're not get to see any kind of reviews on them.
And my
Yeah,
question
it's
is
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
Alisha.
Sorry, I think Syed is saying something.
Yeah, my question was that the organizations which are not part of the system right now, how are you going to add them? Because see, I might be hiring someone from Google or Infosys. So how may I going to get the review of his offboarding if Infosys or Google is not part of OfferX?
Exactly, Sayed. So that's the problem, right? So that's where we are not getting tracked.
That's where my question was how you guys are reaching out to them.
Exactly. So we are reaching out with webinars, roundtable conference. So we have been extremely promoting this OfferX. Right, we are going to the events as well. So that's how we started gaining at least 150 employers every month. So you could imagine within a 1 year of time, we have more than 1400 plus clients who are using it. They have started releasing an offer letters. They have started writing reviews, onboarding, offboarding reviews. There is so much of traction happening in the system. Because they understood the problem statement.
Yeah, to add
So
Santosh's
Syed,
point,
like if you have gone to the whole session, we are having a lot of HRMS integration in place right now. So to address your question, yeah, we are fairly new. And to address the question that if people are not on something, yeah, obviously if you are on a Telegram platform, you're not messaging somebody on WhatsApp. And that's the reason that we get integrated to one platform. And that's why this webinar is in there in the first place, where we are making you aware if you come and do this onboarding process with us, the more employees that you share feedback about, the more employees you talk about, the more HRs are onboarded. The process gets a unified platform, gets HRMS integration, and eventually we will have a more database, more data, more companies over here. So right now, if you come and ask me if Google is there or not, if some other company is there or not, the answer is no. But right now, if you try to onboard more employees on OfferX or share their feedbacks, then yes, maybe in the next webinar, the answer would be yes. That's how the process works. We are a fairly new company, but yeah, so far we have received humongous amount of traction, and we are continuing to do so. A lot of companies are getting registered with us. So it's a process. It's a process how we start and we see the future soon with all such companies.
Got it, Alisha.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Sayed.
thank you.
Next question is how long the data be there in the system, permanent, or is there a time bound to clean them?
Yeah, so it will be permanent. So we have checked it legally as well. So there is no such restrictions for the review system, right? It will be available lifetime. So we don't see any problem there. So even we were also thinking on the same lines, whether we need to have this data for few years of time. So we checked with our legal department, and this is absolutely, we don't see any problem there. So it will be there for a lifetime.
Thank you. Hope it answers your question. We have another question. I would like to understand what's in it for the candidates. Why would they onboard themselves? I mentioned this point once during the webinar. OfferX does not treat candidates like walking CVs. We ensure that there's a good bridge between both the sides. For the recruiters also, for the candidate also, it's a very two-way process. It's not like we are saying that it's a one-way process. We are not like on Glassdoor. You just go and review your employer. No, here we are trying to be more transparent. It's not like what's in for you. I give you something, you give me something. It's a very transparent process which we are looking forward to in future. That the whole process is very smooth. They are getting very clear information about the offer letter, when they accepting, when are they rejecting. Recruiters are well aware of which candidate is doing what, and are we getting played the last moment. So it's kind of a very two-way process, if I'm not wrong, Santosh.
Right. Yeah, that's how it is. So adding to Alisha's point, so we need to make sure that, whenever we are recruiting a candidate, it should serve as a process to the candidates actually. So for example, if you're releasing an offer letter to a candidate, then if you say that, we have an OfferX system where we are going to release an offer letter to you from the OfferX system. So don't you feel like, oh, he's going to onboard with you through OfferX system? He's going to do that. Right. So you need to make sure that, it should be a process within your company. That's how it works. So I don't see any problem, the candidates joining with OfferX system to accept an offer letter. So it would be not at all a problem. Yeah. So it should act as a process within the companies itself.
Thanks, Santosh. Okay, we had a 1 hour session and time flies. I don't know how this all got over. We had a very, very amazing audience. Just to answer one last question that we have from Preeti. When it's for integration mode, how the data privacy and security play the role? Please give insight on this. Sai, would you please help answering this? And also, Preeti, post this session, we can always have one-on-one sessions where we explain very clearly of how the integration happens, how we onboard everything. So that also Sai and Santosh can take care of. But just we'll answer your one last question here.
Right. So is Sai, you wanted to take this question?
Santosh, you can answer.
Okay, so the data privacy is something which we are in compliant with all the laws, Preeti. So we have this new DPDP Act in India, right? So we are also in compliant with the DPDP Act as well. We are compliant with GDPR regulations. So we also have a very good encryption model in place where all the data will be in encrypted format, and we are not going to display to anyone else. Right, we see that there is some P2 data, sensitive data which we are collecting, like Aadhaar number or the reviews, that will be stored in an encrypted format, and that will be visible only for few employers, and the two partially. For example, if you see Aadhaar number, that is something which we wanted to showcase only the last 4 digit of Aadhaar number to the other employers. We won't display any kind of the full information of Aadhaar. That's illegal again. So all that I wanted to say is we are in compliant with all the the data privacy laws we have in India and other countries. That is one thing. And we have very strict algorithms in place to secure the data, to secure your data.
Thank you, Santosh. As we come to the end of the session, just quickly, please save, take a screenshot, take a picture on your phone, enter the details, save this, because I would just want you guys to connect with us anytime possible. People who are asking questions about integration, their own HRMS integrations, or just about OfferX, ScreenX, any integration on their system, how to onboard, quick demos, anything you want. Our support team is always available, and we would like to resolve all your issues. We know webinar is not enough, so we would love to have one-on-one sessions with you. So with that note and time constraint, we would want to end this session. It was a lovely webinar. Thanks all of you. Have a really good day and a really good rest half of the week, Thursday and Friday. And if you are still working on Saturday, so have a good day. Reach out to us. We will still reach out to you again. And thank you. Thank you, Santosh, and thank you, Sai.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. We look forward to connect with you one-on-one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Good day.